next year, where we will be doing the groundbreaking for the apartments. So we're going to be having each of the six apartment combining 50 units in each block of apartments. And they're quite luxurious, they're uniquely done. I don't know whether you guys can watch the 3D videos that we have here. They're just quite, again, for a company that has sold properties like this in Dubai, right, in the UK. I don't know if some of you follow some of the quality properties we sell in the UK, in Dubai. You will understand why. Because people complaining that GTEx didn't rush to sell houses in Nigeria, right? And the reason is because could be rushing to sell houses when the same us sell certain quality in Dubai and in the UK and in the US. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So if we eventually want to do in Nigeria, there must be some level of taste. But again, you also cannot overprice your customer. And I hope Nigerians appreciate the fact that, for example, attempting to sell what we normally sell in Dubai for $500,000, right? To here for around 200,000 or even lesser. You see that is a tall order. So no matter what, you cannot get 100% that level of quality. I hope that makes sense. That in terms of luxury, right? But we wanted to be as close to it as we can. E.g., by the time you have, and I don't know whether you can watch it, the design that we have for these apartments, there is nowhere in Nigeria that you have such design. You won't see it, right? Again, he told me, did they send you the soft copy? The design. Okay. I wish you guys are to see the TV. Eh? You are not able to see it. But assuming you're able to see it, you see that the design, there is no apartment in Nigeria that looks like this. Not one. Right? So that gives you an idea that we are trying to come up with something that is a bit unique. So that's why we've been a bit slow in building houses in Nigeria. We sold more houses in Dubai, in UK, in Nigeria. And it's because we just can't do when you have a certain level of exposure, you just cannot yourself to do even on this first 12 unit, we're at a loss on it. It's just integrity that is making us to deliver it to the customer. Right? If I know me, I was still just talking to the architect, and we have an architect that just like to, it's like he just cuts the land. I don't know where it goes. It just makes everything big and big and big. And you must understand that in business of real estate, you cannot overprice the customer. You have to grow at the pace of your customer, right? And some of us in that sector, we've done that mistake. At the end of the day, you hear so many, you've seen me having to defend my colleagues in the real estate sector. It's because I know the back end story. I know what all of us face. And there are things not to our fault, right? Some of us promise customer when some of the people who key into this, because that we're relaunching, we've sold earlier, we started selling, but when it became crisis, but thank God we had not sold too many. Here we have refunded, I think, almost 10 customers, right, who had initially came because it was during COVID. We had announced we were going to start this 1,000 housing, and some people keyed into it. But the inflation in the real estate sector started with COVID. People don't realize that. It was 2020 started. Then when people were trying to come out of it, then 2023 came. You know what happened 2023? Floating of dollar. We enter into another. So here, when we started, it was 27 million for 2 bedroom. 4 bedroom was 7 million. Okay. Those who agreed to pay 47 million And they started. So then we said deposit 5 million, pay in 3 years. So they were now paying, every month 1.5 million, 2 million. So if you give me 5 million to start, first of all, I don't have the full money. So when all this decision happened, it definitely caught up. Today now, the same 4-bedroom, ladies and gentlemen, so that you know what's going on, is now how much?
4 bedroom 175.
175 million. And it used to be 47 million.
Same quality. Same
Yeah, exactly.
standard.
Same quality, same. It's not like you increase the quality, right? But because cement more than triple, right? Iron rod, sand, everything just went. And it hasn't come down, sir. It hasn't. So when you media people begin to see people shouting on social media, it's a scammer. They stole, scammed us, they stole our money. You need to really ask context, really understand what really happened, right? Because it's not as you read it. Am I making sense at all? So when some people, I know some people say, "Oh, you are defending your colleagues." Now, I was one of the least hit by this crisis because we sold more. We saw it coming. So by 2021, we said these 1,000 housing units should be on hold, right? Those who bought, who can add more money, we go ahead with them. Those who can add more money, we refund, right? In fact, our first time having an EFCC case, it was this. Because the client went on, I've paid for this 5-bedroom, they've not given it to me. But here's the situation. Either we refund you or you add more money for us to meet up, right? We just have no choice. And for many of us, we kept the price the same without realizing that prices had gone up in a much. So before, between the marketing people and the construction people, we were still having that conversation this morning, right? And it was a tug of war between marketing people and construction people, right? Because construction will tell you, we want each room to be this big, we want that to be this. No problem with that. But if we do it, the price becomes difficult for the marketer to sell. Because customer will not tell the marketer, your properties are too expensive. We cannot buy. Now, who suffers? Who can guess who suffers? You call it company. The company is the workers now. The person who suffers is both someone like me as a founder who will have put my money in, and investors too who put their money in. So I was telling them this, I said, you have to always find a way to compromise both parties so that you don't build something that customer now say, I cannot. So I give a practical example. And there's a reason why I'm giving this background. You know it, I do press conference, I give context. And I do it intentionally. Right? Because you media people need to help this nation. You need to. Because if you take one side of the story and not get full context, for example, people are scared, those in the diaspora are scared to invest in Nigeria now. Why are they scared? Because media will carry story of somebody that said, I paid money for this, they didn't give me, they are scammers. And so what happened? Everybody in diaspora is scared without understanding context, what exactly is going on. I recently said, every developer cannot be a thief. Now, listen to me. All this land is our own. The one opposite is our own. This is billions you are seeing. Just land, forget house. We can't all be thieves now. We've put our money has sunk into this place. This road that we did the road, the road that enter here, we did it. Right? When the interlocking, when we bought this land, is so much sandy, and then your car is, so even to do infrastructure, to do the fence, it's a lot. Okay, but we can also not be in business and keep losing money and keep losing. At some point, we have to call the customer and say, hey, based on reality of things on ground, can we be reasonable? So I want to beg our potential investors listening to this. We will have to be reasonable with each other in the next 3 years, because there's no guarantee that dollar will not rise again, that cost of building will not rise in these 3 years. There's no guarantee. I'm not Nigeria's president. Okay? So I don't have that power. But the power I have is that if you trust us, right, I promise you, you will not just make money. You can count on me on that one. Right? If you trust, I will make sure both parties make money. And I'll give you practical context. The person who bought, those who bought these units, right? Eventually we reach out to them. Remember we said 47 million, isn't it? Add more money. So how much did they add? 30 million. So it became like 70, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we handed over late last year these 4 units at the price is now 175 million. So each investor already has at the time getting their key made 100 million.
Got rent.
One even got rent immediately, right? 8 million naira rent. And guess what? The next year, just backed out. She said she wants to increase it, that she's not taking less than how much? 10 million. Now, are you aware there are 4 bedroom in Lekki that you not get in Lekki phase 2 Lekki? So the question is, why was she able to start 8 million last year and now 10 million? And we already have people wanting to take this on lease. Right? Why is he able to lease it? Because Dangote refinery, go to Amen, all gone. Right? All gone. There was a time we even needed to rent for Airbnb, Amen phase 1, none. Because all these expatriates, and Dangote is doubling the capacity of the refinery now. More companies are moving here. No houses like this. When you were coming, how many of these kind of modern houses did you see coming this stretch, except for Amen? Right? Do you see the point? And that's how real estate work. It's about deficit. It's about go to an area where there is demand. There are people who can pay. There are companies who can pay rent, but there is no quality houses in those areas. So right now, people are coming all the way from Aja, from Shogotedo every morning to come and work here, and in the evening go back. And you know how many hours drive? So for them to have, and that's why we're going that much, 1,000 units. We can guarantee rent for 1 year.
Let's talk about the Billionaire Habits Conference since we have
Okay.
it.
So yes. It's today on 28th of January. Yes. And as you know, I don't think many people know, what makes me tick is not money. What makes me even tick is not real estate. What makes me tick is impact. Right? It's impact. I've changed people's life all over the world than people can imagine. Right? Some who are not, I can boast with all sense of humility. In the last 5 years, at least 25% of real estate developers have been influenced by me. Right? In the last 5 years, with all sense of humility. And you can ask them, right? Directly or indirectly. And so, back life. So birthday lecture, right? And it's starting 31st. The birthday is 28th, but the date Saturday is 31st of January. We already have confirmed guest. Michael Roberts. Michael Roberts is an American multi-billionaire in dollars. He buys hotels and he's coming all the way from America to be part of this. We also have George Frazier. George Frazier is one of the top 10 speakers in America. He's 80s now. He was, by the way, he was the keynote speaker at President Gowon's 80th birthday, and he's also confirmed to be here. Yes. The successor to late Miles Monroe, and in the leadership space, who knows who Miles successor is also farm and I'm only mentioning those who have confirmed. There are a lot of everybody needs to be here, and it's to look at the conversation of wealth. Wealth also confirms Leo Staneke, founder of Zynox, and several other top business people, leaders. I want to look at the subject of wealth. I want to look at how can the youth become wealthy. I'm a young man, and I'm among a few. I mean, you can literally count us, right? Who at 40 can boast of being multinational, having presence in 4 continents. They're just that came from this background. But can we multiply that number? That's the conversation. Can we grow it? And we're getting perspective from our international speakers and our local speakers. Also confirm is Bishop David Oyedepo is flying down here as well. So we're looking at the religious perspective, government perspective, private sector, political, the role of politicians in all of this. And I'm excited. And we're going to be streaming live as well on national television. But we need to have that conversation because everybody keeps talking about insecurity. It's bred by poverty. When the youth, the most productive sector, don't have a job, right? When the day some of us now choose to say we want to provide job for them, what do you come and do? You demolish the house, right? And I'm going to say it. So I'm going to, some of you know me, I will talk. That day I will talk, right? There should be other options to demolition. There should be other options. There should be other options, right? The cost of, let's assume a developer made a mistake and built on a wrong, there's supposed to be something there, right? Let's say it's even canal. What's the cost of redredging, rechanneling a canal to demolishing billions in a country with high level of poverty, in a country that needs to create jobs, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. So we will have that talk. But this wealth, too, we must build it. True of us. Everybody's a youth here now. I don't know why you are not excited. Because you are journalists. So I'm speaking on your behalf now. Me, I don't speak. Should I keep quiet? Because I'm privileged to be a bridge, and I hope many of you know. I'm privileged to be a bridge between the young persons and the older person, and the young person and the rich elite. I hope you understand what I'm saying. There's nobody I appear to that will not give me audience. With all due respect, I have achieved something in my little life too. So my question is always, how do I bridge, right? Because some of them are not aware of what's going on with younger people, the frustration, right? The fact that when you people were younger, with 25 million, you can own a bank. Our generation, you say we should go and bring 200 billion. How do we get it? All right. I can continue on and on and on and on in different sectors. It's almost as if younger generation have been cut off from being able to really do something. So for me, I honestly said to myself, I have to take responsibility to speak for my generation, right? The worst thing you would do is to attack my Nigerian businesses. And alhamdulillah, Dubai is there. On me. Right? UK is there. On me. America is there. On me. So right, I just know I have to at least speak for a generation. And that's why you see me oftentimes being as vocal as I can. But it's going to be a great time. There's never been that quality array of entrepreneurs coming together, and we're having real frank conversation. Even among, for example, the CEO of Wakana, we'll be interviewing. Many of you don't know Leo Stan, aka like our own Elon Musk. The man is 70 years old. Was the first to brand computer to assemble computer in Nigeria, Nigerian-owned computer. He brought Dell, IBM, name it, every of these companies to Nigeria. He brought all of them. So it's more of Group CEO of Wakana, who is also in his 40s, interviewing a more successful entrepreneurs. Dr. Cosmos Maduka, of course, this street you enter now is named after him. He's also going to be speaking. We're also naming a street after Bishop David Oyedepo on that day. So it will all be built by them. And we'll be facing the coastal road as well. So there's a mixture of a lot of things going on that day. And it's also the day, like we said, we also officially do the groundbreaking for the 1,000 housing units. I'll also be launching 2 books. One is my quotes, and then a revised version of the Billionaire Habits. So yes, that's it.
Thank you. I think final note, we want to talk about the reality show.
Yes, I can add that. Also, in the spirit of looking at, I'm also asking myself, what can I really do that also, aside what we're already doing, mentorship, training, all of that, can we do something significant? Be able to have this. If you want the future of a nation, watch the headline news. Just watch the headline news. Is it 2 celebrities fighting on a plane? Car party with 2 factions beating themselves? But you will see it's clear, right? Is it, all of you are press people versus like in Dubai, Sheikh Al Maktoum announced the new division, right? Emir of Saudi, Abi, with Trump, extend investment in US from $600 billion to what? $1 trillion, Abi? Am I making sense at all? Sometimes, yeah, maybe there's a few madness in it, but you could see that policy conversation, growth conversation, expansion conversation still remain at the center of conversations. But in our nation, what have we done? Growth conversation is at the back burner, and gossips and which senator decide to, the wife leave. And you need to see how we take it personal, as though that we had more money to our pocket. So we said, can we influence the narrative? Let's do that. Let's disrupt the narrative. Because there's been reality TV show done in this nation, and the biggest of them is called BB Nigeria. And again, all of you are older, elderly. Oh, they are doing rubbish on BB Nigeria. Then did you come up with alternative? We complain, but we will not come up with alternative. All we do is complain. And we enjoy it. And then the person who can complain the most, we clap for him. Are you aware our newest celebrities are complainers? Who knows that? Whoever can complain more, Nigerians will endorse them. But complaining does not change anything. It really doesn't. So we've decided to come up with a real estate reality TV show that is going to be the biggest reality TV show in the history of television in Nigeria. In the history. And so, again, we like to put our money where our mouth is. When I say the biggest, cash prize is 100 million naira to the winner. A brand new SUV car to the winner. A house to the winner. The winner also gets a 1-year apprenticeship with me. Will be the MD of one of our subsidiary for one, right? For 1 year. After the 1 year, the winner will then be given a land worth £1 billion for us to do a joint venture deal, which are things he will have learned during the reality TV show, as well as the 1 year of heading one of our subsidiary. And so we're excited about it. However, we also know that we just don't want a reality TV show where the frustration will also be that people are not experienced. So what have we done? You need to have a real estate certificate to apply. It's free to apply. You don't pay a dime. You must have a real estate certificate. Now, because we also realize most people will not have a real estate certificate, what we've done is that if you go to the website, Jamie, what's the website name? Eh? What happened? We said you should do a domain for it.
For the real estate mogul.
No. But I told you. You should have. I told you to get it last year. You forgot. Told you to get it last year. So steveniactel.com/rim course. Did you buy the domain first of all? Buying domain doesn't take any minutes. Did you buy the domain yesterday? So how will we get it across to them? Because we don't want to use another different press release. So we'll do steveniactel.com/. Even the rim course is too long, right? It's too long. So steveniactel.com/RIM course. So Tommy, write it down so they can add it to it. So www.steveniactel.com/RIM course. Course that I use 2000 to do the course for free online. Video, you do the exam, you get your certificate, and then you can then apply for the reality TV show with that certificate. I hope this makes sense. And the website for the application for the reality TV show is what? No. What's the website for the reality TV show? So what's the domain? Joshua, you needed to follow. What's the domain? realestatemogulshow.com. So the reality TV show called the reality TV show. So the site is realestatemogulshow.com. Okay, realestatemogulshow.com. That is the website. So they can it's live, yes. So they can apply. It's free to apply, and auditioning will start sometimes early January, and we start shooting 24th of January is the target. So again, we may start auditioning before then. We start in December because we're starting shooting by 24th of January. Okay, it will be an opportunity for the participants to realize land, sell land, do short let real estate, do real estate development, do joint venture, negotiate, right? We even give them, for example, a Cosmos Maduka, right? It's really big, right? You know, we go on. So It's a big, and why we're doing this because it will help people to see the back end. What I'm admitting, as much as I said, the elder generation have not made it easy for the youth, right? But can I shock you? The youth are also not prepared for the greatness they desire. Are we together? We're not. We're not. How many young people want to work this morning now? Walk all these places down, right? Checking, having review with our team. People want to do that. They want to sit inside AC and be feeling fun. Okay. Sometimes customers always say, "I love the dedication." Take it from their boss now. If at this level I'm still moving from pillar to post. Okay, so who dash monkey banana? Okay, not to also put in that level of work. And that's what our youth need to understand, that the desire you have, the greatness you desire, it comes with a cost. I've been up from 2:30 a.m. this morning, right? Went to bed 10 a.m. After 10, woke up 2:30. I had to be here early. Okay? How many young people can do that? After 8 hours, they are still yawning. This life is not fair. Ah, ah. Who is that president? Sef? Is our problem. So we hope this reality TV show will open young people's eye, right, to what it takes to succeed, what it takes to make it in life, and so we want to really, really, and I hope you media people will support us. I hope you will make noise, you make it go viral, the same way you make Big Brother. We don't have boobs to show you or ass to show you, you right? We have sense to show you, right? Will make that sense to go viral. And we don't have punches to show you as well. But I promise you, you will see what it takes to build an empire, what it takes to be a real estate mogul. Yeah, you clap now. You appreciate, they don't appreciate. Because our journalists are part of, they are the ones promoting the wrong content now. Because they won't sell. They say, this one won't sell. There's no drama. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving. So now we will take questions from anyone who has questions. Questions, feedback. Questions? Anybody? Oh, okay, we have business in here too. Questions?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Where will the reality show be hosted? The venue, you may not want to disclose that. How long will it run for?
Well, the reality TV show will be hosted at various site locations. So the week we are focusing it's going to be location per project. The day we want to look at a tower, we'll go to the site, and say, okay, look for who will buy this. We'll give you a few names. A lot of these billionaires we know. Go meet these people. And they, of course, they were informing. For example, if I can use a customer smart card because he's family and he's on involved here, right? If it's a customer smart card, he's so it's 3 months running. So each experience them practicing real estate in different sets. For example, 5 bedrooms in VI and shortlet, furnish it, right? And in 1 week, 20 right, on a short time basis. And then we see how they will have to now quickly provide everything they need to provide. They get a budget, right? Try and get customers, all that activities, and it's just being recorded live. I hope I answer all your questions. You're welcome.
Or do we have everything? There's a question I wanted. I thought that would be asked. Where's the conference going to be holding? The one on.
Conference is putting a massive tent here that will take 1,000 people. It's strictly by invitation, of course. Um, so it's taking place here. Everybody, all roads leads to this project because remember, it's a combination of a conference, launch of 1,000 housing units, right? Book launch and all that. It's better. And I love to do things on sites. And even you media people, I know it's stressful, but it's to avoid the day somebody call you and say, I want GTS here. And we've been there. They don't have land, na lie, na bobo, right? You say, well, me, I got there. I was there. Okay. So we like to do things on site. We know it's sometimes inconveniencing, but it also has helped our brand because people just love this part of the world on gossips and talks and side talks. And so we are doing everything here on this site in Ibejuleki. Remember, this is the real Lekki. Maybe some of you don't know the story. Please go do research. This is called Lekki Town. If I wasn't in Ibejuleki, this is not Ibejuleki, this is Lekki Town. If I Ibejuleki is towards Ekpe, that's why Onibeju, right? It's towards Ekpe side. It's still on this Lekki Ekpe Express Road. This is called Lekki Town. This was where Obafemi Awolowo was locked up, imprisoned. You know, Portuguese, right? And the Yorubas couldn't call, the Jebus were here, they couldn't call I mean, what were they called? I couldn't remember. They've taught me, but I couldn't remember. So the Portuguese couldn't call it the name it was. So the Portuguese were calling Lekwe or Lek something, right? And that's how the name Lekki. And we're talking about 1800s, right? And so the first visit of the Portuguese to Nigeria was through this place. So it has a museum. It has a, even where the law was locked up has now been people there. And this is the real Lekki, right? That place was what you call Lekki is called Morocco, right? It was just a trying to rebrand it. Are we together? When the government of, I think it was the IBB, and move the slum away, try to revamp and all of that. But welcome to Lekki. The real Lekki. Yeah. Yes.
This reality show is really very interesting, and just like I've mentioned, because there's a lot of gossips online.
I'm sure it's the reality show that will trend. These other stories won't trend.
Then there's been conversations like this where people are trying to change narrative with reality TV shows like what GTEx is trying to do. But then, what's the sustainability plan? What's it going to be like in the next 2 years, 5 years? Is it going to move across Nigeria to other places in Nigeria or other places in Africa? So I think that should.
Good question. To be honest, it wasn't supposed to be. It was to do it in the US, right? The only reason we decided to do it in Nigeria was because, like I said, the 40th birthday got me thinking on more impact. Like I said, I don't do party, I don't do clubs, right? Because after the annual lecture, we just have a reception for just 100 people, and that's it. And we're done. By 6 p.m. that day, we're done. Because event starts 8 a.m. There's nothing done in the night. Okay, so it came from that angle of more impact, and as they say, charity begins at home. So 2027, the reality TV show will be in the US. But the good news is that we will attempt to pick Nigerians in diaspora. We would attempt to make sure that 50% of the participants in the US will be Nigerians in diaspora who practice real estate in the US. We will attempt. I'm not promising, but we'll try. Just because of my roots. I'm being conscious of the fact that we now run a global business. And yes, the sentiment of I was born in Nigeria, I started in Nigeria, but it's still a global business. And I'm trying to get customers, whether they are black or white, whether they are Nigerians or non-Nigerians. But we'll try to make sure we pick some people with Nigerian background by 27 edition. So I can assure you it's a reality TV show that will go global. From US, we do Dubai or Doha edition, whichever country is more receptive to it. And then we do UK before even considering coming back to Nigeria. So if you Nigerians don't like it, right, I promise you, Americans will like it.
My name is Emmanuel. Aside the certification, what are the other requirements that is needed and how many contestants are we looking at?
20 contestants in all will eventually be shortlisted. We'll do our best to make sure that every region in Nigeria is covered. As some of you know, every religion, I don't do gender, I don't do tribe. Most of you will know that. So we want to be very diverse as much as we can. But it's 20 that will finally make it. Requirements is just have real estate experience, be able to do real estate, have what it takes to do real estate. There's a reason why most real estate developers are young. Real estate is not easy to do in old age, right? It's not easy. Okay. By the time you are aging, you should have had structures so that the structure runs it. Okay. But it's something that needs energy, it needs zeal, it needs passion. So you must have passion for real estate. You must love real estate. It must be something you love. Listen, there's no money that will make me be doing what this over something we made losses on. There's no money that will keep us going, right? And this is the list of this land we have. This one, plus, even when you add the phase two, is the smallest. Average of our estate is 100, 200, 500 acres big, yes. And we have over 30 locations right now that we have secured in Nigeria. Nigeria alone, right? So, but the wisdom for us, like we said, when we noticed what was going on with inflation, we tied down land. And it's land that appreciates in value and not the house. Else we will have had a bad name by now. Because all these people will have paid, and we say pay more money, all of them will have, and you know what's going on in the sector. So we decided to say, okay, let's just tie down as much land as possible. And then gradually we pick them one by one and start building. The benefit is that those who bought land here now, by the time we start building, what happened? The value even more than triple, quadruple, So that's why I said, take it to the bank. When it comes to me and you do business with our company, I no longer run day to day, by the way, but I can assure you, as long as I remain majority equity owner of this brand, you will make money. Go and ask those who bought property from us in Dubai. The average was going for $250,000, each. Today, the value is over $500,000. Those who bought from me 2021, the rent is more than triple, right? It's everywhere. It may take a while. Real estate takes time. By the way, can I shock you? We will still be on this site, this axis of phase two for the next 15 years to finish what is there. So real estate takes time. It's not quick, and that's part of why most people can't do it. So the people who are looking for visionaries. You can plan the next 50 years, the next, you have to be long term. I love when people say, oh, do you know the most sustaining estates in Nigeria, sustainable estates in Nigeria that has been sustained? That you enter that estate, doesn't matter the rain, right? It doesn't matter the rain, it doesn't matter the whatever. It rains, the drainage, water goes. Can you give me some of them? VGC, Banana Island, Northern Foreshore. Go and Google how many years it took to build those estates. Go and Google. right?
VGC is about 35 years now.
Right. You need to speak louder. They are not hearing.
VGC is 35 years. It was 88, 89, 91.
And they are still building. Banana Island, they are still building Banana Island today.
Carlton Gate is 2018 is 17 years with the Northern Fortune.
So I hope this makes sense because these things need to be put in context. Yes. And I'm saying this for you see, hey, what have they done on the land? You know, teach it.
Northern Fortune house is dead.
Yeah.
Like the flats. The bungalow was 8 million. Now it's about 75 million. The story building was 22 million. It's about 4 million. You can go and ask.
So
Okay. So we can take one more question. I think you had a question. Oh, you asked it already. Okay. So any other questions? No other questions.
thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming all the way.
Thank you for
Right.
for enjoying the scenery and the
Now you
fresh
didn't
air.
tell them that
The real fresh
this
air.
place is safe from the road.
Oh, they can see it. By the way, there's no road. You can see they've taken all the alignments. You know, you can see the coastal road. Can you see the coastal road this way?
The coastal road is just
Right. And the land touches coastal road from this place, and then this other from these other aspects we have. Like I said, the opposite land to the third road here is all ours, right? So no issue, all good to go.